Okay, so this is something new. I really hope this turns out well. I have some plans, I have some thoughts, so we'll see how this goes. Brace yourselves, people, because this is going to be interesting. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I'm Hugh McQuaid, and today we are doing a fantasy booking video. This is me fantasy booking John Cena's final year in WWE. But before we get into that, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them, because how do you want to see John Cena retire? Do you agree with me? Probably not. Let's dive into this straight away. So first of all, I've got to put some preferences out there. I've got to say that I have particular champions, I have particular winners for particular events. Now, you may not be to people's taste, but in terms of how I want to see John Cena's run go, this is how I've laid it out. These will be some of my champions, and yeah, that's basically the gist of it. This is all just hypothetical storytelling of how we want things to go, and I'm very intrigued to see about this. So shall we dive straight into it, starting with the Royal Rumble? So the way I've done this is I've basically copied every event from this year, because that is the easiest way rather than predicting what events are going to happen. So I've just done the same calendar year and we're going to go that way. So we start with the Royal Rumble, with John Cena declaring himself for the Royal Rumble, as he already has pretty much in his retirement speech. It's going to be his last Royal Rumble, and from here you have him face people who are going to be in the Rumble, and you get some of those dream matches on TV. You get him facing Chad Gable, you get Cena versus an Ilya Dragunov, you get Cena versus a Bronson Reed, and you have all these qualifying matches. He can win some, he can lose some, everyone looks good, and then you enter the Royal Rumble, where you get all the big stare downs and things to come. You get a stare down with Punk, you get a stare down with Cody, you get a stare down with Randy Orton. You get all these big moments of him looking at people that he could face, he could not. He enters at number 17, has a really nice showing. He's gunning for that 17th world title. He's gunning for that 17th world title. He's looking to beat Flair's record, and that is the big story of his retirement run. It makes all the sense in the world. He wants to beat that record before he retires. That's a really good story to have throughout this year, and he enters and is eliminated. He does not win the Rumble. He is instead eliminated by Obafemi from NXT. Think about the rub that Obafemi would get in his first Royal Rumble, eliminating Cena. I think that would be great. I think that works perfectly well for Obafemi. Cena doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble. And from there, we see the cracks starting to show in Cena. He's getting a little bit anxious because he needs that world title win. That's one of his opportunities gone to WrestleMania. Then we have Cena gunning for the Elimination Chamber. He wants to get in there and secure his shot at WrestleMania, and he does. Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. You can have whoever you want in here. You can have Seth, you can have Bronson Reed, you can have Sami Zayn, but Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. That is the perfect route for him to get to WrestleMania, and he chooses to face the World Heavyweight Champion in my version of reality, Gunther. Cena versus Gunther is set for WrestleMania, and they set the stage. Then you have all the good banter that Gunther can do. Gunther is so good at getting heat and so good at just making the crowd hate him. We've seen him in this Damian Priest feud. He would be able to destroy Cena. Cena would be able to destroy him back and get sort of the, not necessarily cheap heat, but the poppier lines that will get the crowd going. But Gunther will just be like, I'm not taking your shit. Look at your shirt. Look at your jorts. I am not going to stand for this. This mat is sacred. I am going to destroy you. That is a perfect foundation for a feud, and Gunther wins at WrestleMania. Right decision. Gunther holding the World Heavyweight Championship above the broken body of John Cena. This is not a squash by any means. This is a pretty 50-50 match, because you want Cena looking good for stuff that's to come, and Gunther is holding that title high. He has beaten John Cena on the grandest stage of them all. What happens now? Then you have the Raw after Mania. We all love a Raw after Mania, don't we? John Cena doesn't, because in a similar fashion to what happened back in, 2013? Who should debut but a monster? Obafemi. Obafemi is called up to the main roster as a big old surprise, and he destroys Cena. He wrecks Cena all over the ring. You have canvases being turned up, you have the ring ropes being broken. You really put over that Obafemi is a juggernaut and is not to be messed with. And from there, you have Obafemi versus John Cena set for Backlash France, which Obafemi wins. I think that's a perfect decision. You know, if Cena's going to put anyone over, you put over someone who is insanely talented on NXT. What an absolute winner. And Obafemi looks like a monster. He's destroyed John Cena, and he goes straight into that Intercontinental Championship picture because he's broken a 16-time world champion. I think it makes all the sense in the world, you know. I think Obafemi should be called up sooner rather than later, and who's better to put him in a feud with than Cena? Perfect. Then you have Cena really scraping to the bottom of the barrel, you know. He's really trying to get these title shots, but Adam Pearce is just like, Cena, you have lost quite a bit. You lost to Gunther. You lost to Obafemi. The only way you can get another title shot now is to win King of the Ring. King of the Ring happens. Cena gets to the final. He gets to the final of the Raw bracket, but he is beaten in the final by Jacob Fatu. The bloodline cost Cena the match, and Jacob Fatu is the new King of the Ring. He goes into a feud with, I haven't thought about who the WWE champion is at this point, The Rock. Why not? And there you have bloodline warfare. And you have Cena. He's missed his other chance now. He's missed his chance to get into that top level. He can't get his World Heavyweight Championship shot back. And time is slowly ticking. The tension's mounting. The tension's palpable, as they say. But Cena thinks there's another option. There's another option to winning a world championship, to beating Ric Flair's record. He doesn't have to go after Gunther. He doesn't have to go after The Rock, as I've apparently said. The NXT after King of the Ring, what do you hear but do 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 do? Cena opens the show. He comes down and he says, I want a shot at the NXT champion. I am a 16-time world champ. This is how I do it. I will win the NXT championship in my final run, and who's going to stop me? Who should come out but say his name and he appears? Not NXT champion, but Joe Hendry nonetheless. Joe Hendry comes down. You have a stare-off between Cena and Hendry, and a match set for NXT Battleground. Not for the world title, but Joe Hendry. I nearly said John Hendry versus Joe Cena there. No, you have Joe Hendry versus John Cena, a once-in-a-lifetime match. And don't hate me for this, Cena wins. Yes, he would probably get booed out of the building. Yes. Would that travel to other crowds? No. But I think Cena getting a win over Joe Hendry, who may not even be signed to NXT, doesn't harm him. That's probably the biggest spotlight that Joe Hendry is going to be under. You have them shake the hands afterwards. You have Cena raise the hand of Joe Hendry at Battleground. You have a perfect one-time run in NXT, because Ava says, you know what, Cena? Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And there you go. That's all you need to say. You don't get an NXT Championship match with John Cena, unfortunately. Then we have a number one contenders match for Clash at the Castle. Gunther is still the World Heavyweight Champion. Everyone is gunning for him. And you know what? You could have a big old scramble. You could have a one-on-one match. I have gone for CM Punk versus John Cena in a number one contendership match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Get that oil out there. Oil out there? What on earth does that mean? Get that stuff out there, you know, sort of rejigging that feud. It won't be a classic, think of the heat. You would have insane reactions from the crowd. I think you get this match done. They shake hands, they hug as Cena pins CM Punk. A heel Punk. You could probably do a heel Punk in this feud because everyone's going to be cheering Cena. It's his final run. He's not going to turn heel. Cena wins. He's set to challenge Gunther at SummerSlam. SummerSlam, Cena is in training mode. You get vignettes of him at the gym. You have a serious Cena that you have never really seen before. He's always been goofy Cena. He's always been, that Cena. This is a serious, focused Cena, and he is hell-bent on winning that world title and taking it away from Gunther. Gunther versus Cena 2, sure, headlines SummerSlam. And, again, don't come after me for this. Cena wins. Cena beats Gunther after the training, after all the montages. He holds the World Heavyweight Championship above his head. He stands over Gunther's body the exact same way that Gunther stood over his at WrestleMania. And you have that shot. They are both one apiece. World Heavyweight Championship. He's done it. He's won. He's broken the record. Cena breaks the record at SummerSlam. And that can go down in the history books as a 17-time world champ. Yes, he has beaten Gunther, but we'll get to that. Then we are on the build to Bash in Berlin, and Cena's, he's welcoming all comers. Who's he going to take on? Will it be Seth Rollins? Will it be Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Ilya Dragunov, Bron Breakker? Who will it be? When all of a sudden you hear Momo, Momo, and who should come out but the Ring General again? And he is not a happy bunny. He berates Cena. He destroys Cena. He absolutely wrecks him verbally, not physically, verbally, because who attacks Cena from behind? But it is, in fact, my Mr. Money in the Bank, Ludwig Kaiser. Ludwig Kaiser, they've been teasing that he might cash in on Gunther when he was world champion. Instead, he clocks Cena in the back of the head with the briefcase, hands the briefcase to Gunther a little bit reluctantly, and Gunther sets the match. He doesn't cash in opportunistically. That's not Gunther's way. He says, I will fight you, Cena, again at Bash in Berlin, because Ludwig Kaiser gifts the Money in the Bank briefcase to Gunther. And you can see the reluctance, you can see the hesitation. Ludwig Kaiser doesn't want to do this. Something's going on there. He hands it to Gunther. Gunther walks away with the briefcase as Cena is laying crumpled in the ring. See you at Bash in Berlin. Then we have the match. We have Bash in Berlin for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus Cena 3. Cena's focused. He's a little bit rocked. He doesn't really know what to do. And then you play off the matches that they've had. You do counter after counter. You replay sequences with new counters. You tell a 3-match story with Gunther and Cena. And ultimately, it is a single destroying lariat that just takes Cena off his feet, knocks the wind out of him. Gunther pins him clean as a whistle. 1, 2, 3. And recaptures the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't think there's that much merit in Cena having a long run. I just want him to get the title so we can beat the record and we can have that in the history books. It doesn't need to be a long reign. He puts over Gunther again, and they've told this incredible 3-match saga. Works wonders, and Gunther stands over his body again, holds the title above his head as hopefully Berlin boo him, but we'll see. They'll probably cheer. There you have it. World Heavyweight Championship run done. What's next for Cena? Then we have the aptly titled Bad Blood, because Cena comes out a little bit dejected. He comes out dejected. He's lost the World Heavyweight Championship. This isn't how he wanted his final run to go. He wanted to end holding the world title above his head. But I hear voices in my head. They count to me. They understand. They talk to me. Randy Orton comes out. Is that the first time I've sang on camera? I'm not sure. Maybe. Randy Orton comes out. He's like, look, Cena. Look at what we have done. We have been through thick. We have been through thin. We have been bitter enemies. We have been rivals to the death. You cannot end your run this way. You cannot end your run dejected and deflated. You are John Cena. You are the greatest of all time. And that line sort of takes aback John Cena. He's a bit like, Randy Orton saying that to me? And then they go to shake hands, a little bit hesitantly. Shake hands. And Randy Orton, he looks like he goes like that. Cena backs away. And Randy Orton walks off smirking. Cena's smirking in the ring. Next week on Raw, you have it. You have John Cena say, Bad Blood is an aptly named show. There's someone I've had bad blood with for years. And that man is Randy Orton. And we're going to face off one more time at Bad Blood. We're going to put it all behind us. And maybe not in that way, but we're going to settle this. We're going to settle this once and for all. Who is the best wrestler of all time? Is it John Cena or is it Randy Orton? And they have a match. They have a John Cena-Randy Orton match. They play the hits. John Cena beats Randy Orton for the 1, 2, 3. They have an emotional embrace. They've done it. It's all said and done. It's all in the past. When all of a sudden, the Wyatt Six attack Cena and Orton. They destroy them. They lay them out. And then you have Bo Dallas standing over Randy Orton and John Cena, setting up the program for the next show, which is a big old schmoz, because we're on the road to Survivor Series. So as we're on the road to Survivor Series, we've got that little bit that we forgot about a lot. That's Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel's in there, and you have like Cena trying to recruit people into facing the Wyatt Six with him. He needs backup. He's got Randy Orton in his corner. There's been times when they've gone back to back, but no one's come out to help Cena, and he manages to recruit Cody Rhodes to join him. Reluctantly, Cody Rhodes is like, okay, I can do this, but I don't know if we're doing the right thing here. I don't know if we should be going up against the Wyatt Six like this. And then you have a big shot before, sort of around the time of Crown Jewel. I haven't got the exact time frame for this because there's another match that Cena's also working on for Crown Jewel because it is a Saudi Arabia show and you want a big money match for that show. But you have this sort of television story of Cena, Orton, Cody fighting off the Wyatt Six, but the numbers advantage are just getting too much for them. They're just getting battered. And then it all goes to a head at Crown Jewel, because at Crown Jewel, Logan Paul is facing John Cena in a match that has taken a back seat, admittedly, to the Wyatt Six stuff, but it's a cool match. It's an icon versus icon match, kind of. And they have their thing. You have Cody at ringside, you have Orton at ringside, and you have Cena take on Logan Paul in what is probably a very good match. A very good match, which Cena wins. He beats Logan Paul. Everyone goes home happy because the heroes won. And then the Wyatt Six attack again. They destroy Cody. They destroy Orton. They destroy Cena. And they're like, come on, who have you got? Who's going to take it on? You might be thinking Logan Paul. No, it's not Logan Paul. Instead, CM Punk. CM Punk runs down to make the save, and there you have your War Games team. You have the Wyatt Six versus Team Good Guys of CM Punk, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Cody Rhodes. That is your War Games match set. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This is a potentially very sort of injury-prone team, but it's fantasy. It's not real. They don't get injured. This is all hypothetical, okay? There we go. Then you have the big blow-off match. You have the big War Games match as Punk, Orton, Cena, and Rhodes take on the Wyatt Six. And the Wyatt Six, of course, win. They destroy everyone inside War Games with Bo Dallas pinning CM Punk. CM Punk takes the pin, and then you have the Wyatt Six go off and feud with Orton and Punk. And then you have my next match. On the Raw after Survivor Series, it is announced there will be a show at the end of December called WWE Your Time Is Up. John Cena's retirement show in December. This will be where he hangs it up for good, his final match, and he comes out. He's happy. He's emotional. He's upset. He's a person. He's not this caricature of John Cena that we've grown to love, hate over the years. Instead, it's all hitting him now. This is going to be his final match. He has no matches on Raw leading up to this show. His final match will be at the pay-per-view. And very much in the way that he chose Daniel Bryan, he comes out on Raw, he has his microphone, doesn't need to say anything else. You've got the graphic behind him of "Your time is up." He gets the microphone, looks directly in the camera, and says, "I choose Cody Rhodes." Mic down, walks away. Cody Rhodes on SmackDown, he's in his suit, he's in his tie, he cuts a promo about wanting to face Cena, and he will not go easy on him. He is the face of WWE now. John Cena is the face of the past. This is what's going to happen. I will finally become, even though he kind of is already, I will be what WWE is remembered for. And you can almost build this like the Dustin Rhodes, Cody Rhodes match. Cody Rhodes is going to kill the ruthless aggression era. You have him say that in a promo, a video package, and then you have the match. Main eventing the show, Cody versus Cena, and Cody wins. 3 crossroads. He hits Cena with all 3. And Cena's on his knees. He's looking at Cody. "You can't see me." Cody cutter. 1, 2, 3. And Cody hugs him while he's on the mat in the very same way that Shawn Michaels did to Ric Flair at the end of their match. Both men are crying. You have Cody's music hit. He rolls out of the ring. Cena soaks in the entire atmosphere, the entire crowd. Everyone is crying. He leaves his wristbands in the ring. He leaves his trainers in the ring. He goes up to the top of the ramp, salutes, and walks through the curtain, and is not seen in a WWE ring again. The retirement of John Cena. That is how I would book John Cena's final year in WWE. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know and I'll try and apply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support and have a nice day.